How's this week been for you?
This week has been good. It's been a slight learning curve, going with the offense for the first time, but it's been good. I've seen these guys work the entire year. I kind of know their tendencies. I know the receivers' tendencies. I know a lot of the running backs and the Lions' tendencies. So I've been observant the whole year. So this is just about me getting on timing with everyone, but it's been good.
Norv was just in here talking about how because, there's been limited opportunity for you to get on the field this year, it's been like a kind of a crash course into the offense. What are your takeaways, not just from working the offense, but also from kind of sitting back and watching how things have operated throughout the year?
Yeah, I think to answer your question, it's kind of how I thought the entire year, when I was here. If I was ever going to play, if I was ever going to get pulled up, I would have to have been studying the whole time before, you know what I mean? So every week's been a preparation week like I'm going to play, including last week, including all the weeks on practice squad before. So this week is more about, like I said, timing and getting in rhythm with all the guys on the offense, just because it's my first time out there with them in practice, but preparation stays the same.
Who have been resources for you?
There's been a lot of guys on the team, a lot of guys from my past that have helped me, Cam and Taylor have been around all week. Scott and Norv have been great with me this week. Some of the linemen, Ryan's been good with me this week, and just people just coming together. Everyone just wants to win this game. You know what I mean? After all the stuff we've been through this whole year, we just want to go out with a win. We want to go out on a good note, start 2019 the right way, and we want to go out on a win.
Kind of a simple question, but how excited are you for this opportunity?
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, just think. I don't know, however many weeks ago, I was sitting on my couch waiting for a team to call me, and now I'm back here starting an NFL game in my rookie season. It's improbable. I won't want to say expected it, but I believed in it. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to be prepared for this opportunity. And so I feel like I have been preparing the right way, and I think I'm gonna do great.
Talking to Luke, I asked him have you given him any advice in making his first start in the Superdome? Kind of a loud crowd. He said A&M probably will help you a little bit in that regard. You think that's fair?
Yeah, I mean A&M was 110,000 at one point. It's not a dome, but 110,000. So Superdome, I've heard a lot of great things about the Superdome. I've heard it's a loud place. I've heard it's an awesome place, especially from the O-line this week telling me to speak up in the huddle. So I'm excited, man.
Obviously, the four snaps, the four throws last week. I'm wondering, obviously you guys have broken them down this week, but I'm wondering if you can kind of take us through what it was like for you from entering that game to kind of just then hearing, Taylor's coming back after the elbow.
Yeah, so entering the game was, I didn't really have any nerves. And it was quick. Taylor's down, you got to go in, you got to make plays now, you know what I mean? So it's just like I said, the preparation has been there since the beginning. So just going in and just trust my eyes, trust my instincts, and just play ball. And so those snaps, and then when we were driving down the field, I didn't even notice Taylor's back on the field, and 2-minute warning came around and saw him on the sideline. So I was just happy that I could do my job, do what I was told to do that week, go in if Taylor goes down, and move the ball down the field. So that was good.
Kind of a weird, sorry, Brian.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Kind of a weird question, but after that, and then, the adrenaline is with you the whole time, but then is there a crash? Like, you're like, oh my God, I just did that kind of thing?
No, because I saw Taylor's arm brace, and I knew I was going to have to be ready to go right back in. But, testament to Taylor. I texted him this after the game. There's not a lot of people I know who would stay through that game and tough it out. And Taylor's a person who knows that these opportunities don't come very often, and he has to take full advantage of these opportunities. And for him to tough it out like that, play through it, play for not only himself but with other people on the field, I have a lot of respect for him, and I think a lot of people saw that last week and got a lot of respect for him.
Do you think you possibly didn't have time to be nervous last week, so to speak, because of the circumstances?
It may have been that way, but, I didn't know what I was going to feel like when I got on the field, but I told somebody this, I just felt at home when I was back on the field, you know what I mean? It's been a long time since I've been on the field, since preseason, and since college, but once I was back out there, it just felt right, you know what I mean?
What was it like, and if I'm wrong about this, please correct me, but what was it like to work with Kurt Warner?
Yeah, Kurt's always been a friend since his son went to my high school. He's been an Arizona guy, and so Kurt's always reached out to me. He reached out to me this week, told me if I ever need anything just to call him, and he's always just been a guy Kurt just loves football. He breathes football. Someone like that, like Phillip Rivers, breathes football, like people like that. And so just to be around him, hear him talk through things, hear him correct mechanics, correct different play calls and stuff, he loves to do that stuff. So whenever I'm around Kurt, I soak up a bunch of stuff.
He's kind of the great story of, this
Yeah.
era of a guy who was literally bagging groceries and then, had the career that he had. We asked Taylor the same question, obviously. Do you take inspiration from that, especially knowing him and personally and what he's been through?
Yeah, and I think going through this process and seeing so many people like Taylor, talking to people like Kurt, there's so many of those stories out there, you know what I mean? And just to get an opportunity for me to be in a game like this and hopefully further my career and get a win for us in a game like this, it's amazing. I mean, these great opportunities don't really come around for that many people. So, yeah, hearing those stories, it just gives people like us hope.
What kind of role, if any, has Cam played in kind of getting you prepped for your first start?
Cam's been great. I mean, Cam's always been around. We get our extra meetings in on Thursdays and Fridays and Wednesdays. He's in there helping us out, breaking down stuff. And we played them 2 weeks ago, so he's telling us what he saw on the field, what he was feeling, different tendencies and stuff like that. Cam, since being inactive, hasn't been inactive in the meeting rooms. You know what I mean? He's been locked in, and that's awesome. Coming from a guy who's an MVP, #1 pick, been playing awesome his whole career, he doesn't have to do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? He can just go and rehab and do whatever he wants. But he cares about us. He's got respect for us, so he's been helping us get prepared.
You talk about the opportunity for Taylor, like he understood that. I mean, for you too. I mean, this could, tie up some job security for you in the future. Just talk about how important that this is as a showcase.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to make this game about me. You know what I mean? I don't want to make this about me tying up job security, me making more money in the future. I think for me right now, I just want to focus on getting a win for this team who has struggled a lot in this past however many games it was, 6, 7 games, and I think that's gonna pay well for us going into the next season. Hopefully, I'm here next season, pay well for us, and just leave everyone on a good note going home.
Weird questions for you.
Okay.
Do you still ride the bird scooter to work every morning?
Every day.
And you hide it behind the gate.
Hide it behind the gate right
So
out
people
there.
can't take it.
Every single day.
Who's that one?
And then second, why does Cam call you lovey-dovey?
You'll have to ask Greg Olson about that next time you see him. The plot thickens. I'll make you guys work for
It's
it.
a mystery novel.
Yeah.
Waiting to happen.
Friends and family of the game Sunday, what do you know about that situation?
Parents will be there for sure. Girlfriend will be there. A couple of family from back home. Not too many people. It's in New Orleans, but yeah, I got a great support group. I got a bunch of people who have helped me get here, and I've got a bunch of texts and calls over the past couple of days about how proud people are of me and stuff like that. So great support group. Appreciate all of them so much.
What did Kurt Warner say to you when he reached out?
He just reached out, and it's like you said, he's been in a similar situation. He's bagging groceries, he's playing NFL Europe, and then got his first start and took advantage of it. So he just gave me his number, told me to reach out if I want to talk about anything about looks, just about how to go in the game confidently. You know what I mean? What the Saints are doing on defense. It's like anything. You know what I mean? He just loves football, so he just wants to talk and reach out to me. So that's cool.
Ron was laughing yesterday that you have a tendency to run to the sideline instead of just listening to your ear. Have you gotten that part down yet?
Yeah, I didn't even notice that in the game, but I guess I did. But yeah, maybe a little different than college. You got the headset in there, but yeah, I got that down now. We're all good.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Kyle.